People that have discipline, people that can wait, people that can put their immediate temporary desires aside for the greater good are overall have a better off life, right? And I see this so much in love. This is why I urge women, if you do not know how to control your emotions, you will fall to the most random and dangerous temptation of your life. You love him. Okay, yeah, cry me a river. Girl, you have to get up and get out of there. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations where you just don't know what's happening, where it's you crying all the time. Like, I just urge all women that are saying that I just love him, I just don't know how to walk away. To your point, if you in the pool, you're not gonna get dry, but you gotta dig deep for that discipline and have enough agility to be able to do things for the greater good. Okay, y'all, welcome back to Dear Tisia. Did y'all miss me last week? Okay, y'all, I'm never missing an episode again. I got caught slipping. I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? I was in Japan. I didn't really film enough. Don't worry. It'll never, ever, ever happen again. I know y'all having a little FOMO right now, but I'm back. I'm back. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, so we have some subscription reminders. First of all, let me pause here. Y'all, please stop playing with me, okay? Please stop playing with me. I need to be by 10K at 10K subscribers by October. Y'all are watching and y'all not subscribing, and y'all, the way that y'all have pulled me into long form content and y'all playing on my name like this, stop playing with me, okay? Unless y'all want me to disappear forever, all right? So subscribe to my channel, period, okay? Follow Dear Tisia on Apple and Spotify. Please make sure you click the follow button, all right, and leave a 5-star review. Not one, not two, 5-star review. And then we also want you to subscribe to our Relationship Restored and Dear Tisia YouTube channel, specifically Relationship Restored. So we want to introduce our peanut gallery. And speaking of Relationship Restored, we have the man behind the show, Mr. Dre Smith, who is a great friend of mine, and he's also the husband to my good friend Bree, who y'all seen in previous episodes. And so, you know, we let a man up in here, y'all. We let a man in here. So this is gonna be really, really good. So thanks for welcoming me back. Okay, so we have our listener review, and this is the queen of relationship wisdom. I love this. I eagerly await for Dear Tisia each week. It brings me so much joy to my Mondays. Thank you for your wisdom, Tisia. It has been so invaluable as I navigate the dating scene. Thank you, and I won't miss another week, girl. I know y'all been waiting on them Mondays. We even gonna try to get up to couple episodes, but just hold me down for a little bit. Okay, thank you, Miss Squeaky D04. Okay, so we have our Dear Tisia voicemail, our call in, and it's entitled Small Town Big Heart, but is that enough? Let's hear it.
Dear Tisia, I'm 26 years old, and I often get that line about dating where you have time, but I feel like I'm genuinely in a good place in life. I'm excited to pursue dating. I've done the work. I've paid that lady to help me. But I live in a smaller city, of course, that has a military base. So there are men here. But I sometimes wonder if my location has a lot to do with the type of dating experiences I have. I'm about an hour and a half away from Atlanta, so a bigger dating pool isn't too far away. So here's where I get stuck. I like going out with friends, but I don't usually feel comfortable going to bars and social spots by myself. Do you think location really makes a big difference in dating? Would you recommend that someone like me make trips to a bigger city on weekends to meet more people? Or is it more about adjusting how I approach dating where I live? All in all, if you were me, what would you do? Or what would you recommend for women like me who live in smaller areas that are optimistic about dating?
Okay, so I am a big city girl, y'all. I've lived in Texas, I've lived in New York, I've lived in Chicago, I've lived in DC. My 3 requirements for any city that I'm in is food, culture, and weather. And the culture thing is a big part because if it's not a fashion based capital, I cannot live there. If it doesn't have great food, but also if there's like not a lot of things to do and social things, I can't really get with it. I am a huge proponent of move that pen. I know some people into dating apps, not into dating apps, but it'll at least give you an idea of what is available to you. Get on Hinge, okay? Hinge, call me because I sent everybody y'all way. Y'all owe me a check. Get on Hinge and move that pen to the heart of Atlanta and see what you could see. That way you could at least test the waters a little bit before you decide if you want to stay local, if you want to get out a little bit. Also, baby, them military men, shout out to everybody who have served this country. Shout out to everybody that has served the country. Okay, look, we thank you for your service, sis. The military men, stay off that base. Okay, stay from around. They'll marry you in 2 weeks. Okay, they get a little extra money if they got a wife. All right, they be floating around. I got a whole community. Join my secret girl chat, and we'll tell you what's up with the police officers, even them firefighters, child, all them civil service people, and them military men. So that's my advice to you. Get on the app, move your pen. You can see what you can see. Drive down to them cities. If you an hour and a half away from Atlanta, it is so many things happening in Atlanta. Just in a couple weeks, the One Music Festival is happening in Atlanta. Everybody is gonna be out there. There's Spell House happening in Atlanta right now. Girl, get your tail down to Atlanta. You literally got 2 to 3 weeks of events back to back to back. Okay, I'm telling you, get down to Atlanta, move your pen, see what's available, start chatting with a few people, and then make sure that you are in like good social spaces. So yes, girl, yes. But it's good that you're feeling optimistic about dating. That's good. You paid the lady. That's also good. But yeah, girl, you gotta get in the field. You gotta get in the field. You have any ideas about big cities?
I agree. I know a lot of people who ended up finding their person by moving to a different city. Shoot, even my wife, Bree's from Cleveland, and she moved down to DMV and found her husband.
Yes.
Right. But I think sometimes like people have this like mystical feeling about like love and relationships, and sometimes you gotta kind of go more scientific based and be like, it's a numbers thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of like if you're going fishing, if you're trying to catch some salmon, you gotta go where the salmon are normally at, right?
Exactly.
But the thing you got to keep in mind is that where there are a lot of salmon, there are a lot of other fishermen too. So there will be more competition.
Yes.
In those areas.
Yes.
But if you want to go to a place, like if you want to find something specific, you got to go to a place that actually has it. But I'll ask you, like, have you had, when it comes to relationships and dating, have you had better experiences dating somebody that you met in person in a city, or being on Hinge, finding somebody in another city and interacting with them and meeting up with them that way? Like,
so I'm not really good at dating apps because one, I have ADHD. It's like just a total trigger to seeing all the people, and then like I'll fixate on them. Like, oh, I like him, and then when he writes me back, then I don't even want to talk to him. It's a very weird thing. Any of my ADHD girlies can relate. But what I will say is that, or what I have found is that the people that I've met in person, if I saw them on the app, I probably wouldn't have given them a chance. It's a very odd thing. If the men that I have met in person, if I had seen them laid out on a dating app, I may or may not have given them a chance. So I just think it's really good to meet people in person, and even outside of the apps, because it's so like salesy and they like writing their best things about them. About them. If you do, I think that's different than somebody sliding in your DM, because that has happened as well. Like plenty of times, like somebody slid in your DMs and it's kind of virtual and y'all are apart from each other. But I feel like that's even a whole different story. You usually jump on FaceTime and jump into conversations a little bit quicker. But I think that in person has always been just a little better. And I'm so much more gracious in person. When I'm on that app, I'm like, nope. I don't want that. But like in person, I think you get to see more of how that person presents themselves. And I feel like I'm more lenient and I'm more open because it's like personality, it's smiles. You can see how they dress for real. You can see how they smell. You can see how they handle you in public if they're going to walk on the right side of the street. Like I've given a lot of have guys chances in person that I probably would not have on the apps.
That makes a lot of sense because you see studies where they talk about men also struggle on dating apps, but like you said, a lot of their value comes from like showing their charisma, making you laugh, like
Yes,
how they
yes.
make you feel when you're around them. But it's hard to do that through an app. You have to kind of get that in person.
I done been tricked and bamboozled by a couple ugly niggas in person. Okay, I'm just like, how do I? First of all, you 5'8", you 5'8", but just swag on a swag on 1,000. I have given so many more chances in person than I have on the app. A lot of them dudes probably wouldn't make it, but when you in person, you just like, oh, like they're courting you and they like, hey, oh, I got the drink, and it's like, oh, okay, who are you? So I think it's good to get in person as well. But the point about the app is to change your opinion, to just see what she could see, like what's available, see what type of men are down there. You may connect and end up, going down to Atlanta to meet a couple people, but it will at least let you know technically who is available and what her options are in a city like Atlanta. But you are right, there's gonna be, look, Atlanta, Houston and Atlanta. Hey, if your man in Houston and Atlanta and they move to Houston, Atlanta, wrap it up, baby. Them girls down there. Houston has some gorgeous, gorgeous women, and so does Atlanta. Okay, so, and it ain't no shade, but it is some competition down there. But just go down there and have a good time. And also, you 26. I always say this is a good time to really kind of get back into dating, but don't spend your 20s wrapped up with somebody. So have a good time, enjoy yourself, get to know people, keep your options open, and I think that would be good to do both. Like, see what you can see, but then go get local and go down there
I think
and lead
she,
on military men. I'm telling you.
I think she also said something about like going out alone. What do you feel about that?
Yeah,
Like
she
just hitting
don't.
up places by yourself.
I think it's actually, y'all know, I'm first of all, I am a loner. I am such a loner kind of person. Like, I have restaurants that know me by name, know where my table is because I've been going there so many years by myself. So I'm just a loner in general. You get so much more, you're so much more approachable when you are alone. If you riding up in them clubs and them bars and them hookah lounges with 3, 4, 5 girls, he's not coming over there to you. He's not coming into your section. He's not gonna walk up to you. And so just, even if it's just like a hotel bar, a happy hour, and just sit there, get off your phone and sit at the bar. Go sit next to somebody, even if it's a couple seats in between y'all, sit next to somebody, start up a conversation, But I also feel like that's something that you learn with wisdom. Like, she 26, she probably she probably out here in the street, so she probably ain't, really that strategic right now. I feel like when you get in your 30s, then you start plotting and planning. But get out there and definitely try some spaces by yourself. And
Yeah.
even if you are with people, girls, we're gonna do that lap. Gonna do that lap around. Like, take that one lap by yourself to the bathroom, to the, fake it and just walk around, go up to the second or third floor or something like that. And that'll at least isolate yourself enough. Because if he watching you, he'll be like, I bet this this is my moment to go approach her and walk up to her. So yeah, you'll be fine. But it's good. She sounds like she in a good space. Mm-hmm. She truly does. Okay. Voicemail number 2, Dear Tisia. He moved his he moved his ex in and left me out.
Dear Tisia, I'm 30 years old, and for the past 2 years, I've been in a relationship with a man 29 years old, so just 1 year younger than me. We met at a grocery store that he was working at and still works at 2 years later. He doesn't make that much, but he does have a home that he lives with his mother. She lives with him and gives him money for the rent, or excuse me, for the mortgage. He never moved me in his house. I became pregnant after a year of being with him. I had our daughter. She's now 7 months. And right before I had her, he told me that he wanted to move his ex back into his house. Now, his ex has 2 children with him, and she told him that they were not safe where they were and she had nowhere else to go. So, fast forward to now, my daughter being 7 months, he moved his ex back in his house. So basically, he pushed us to the curb, yet he still wants to be with me. So he's telling me that she's moving out soon, or he's moving out soon, and then we can be together. I feel so played. My emotions are all over the place. I love him so much, yet I know I deserve better and I'm being treated so terribly. I really want to know know what you think I should do. He doesn't have much money because he works at a grocery store. So I know that I deserve better financially, mentally, physically, all of that. I know I can find a man that will love me and my children, yet I feel like I'm emotionally connected to this man in a way that I can't let him go. And it's really affecting my dating life. Like I can't even move on. So I need your help and your advice of what I should do.
You know what I think is interesting when people say that, and maybe I'm just a fickle temperamental person, but my love has contingencies.
Yep.
When you say you love somebody so much, I always am wondering, like, how can you love somebody so much that clearly he didn't even consult you or say, like, hey, how do you feel about this? And you said you wasn't with it, and he either didn't do it or did it anyway. But he moved 2 children and another woman into his house that he stays with his mother, and you have a 7-month-old. Do you think that, like, the love is imbalanced? Like, to me, I'm like, how do you fall in love that deeply with somebody that would do something like that? Like, they're not safe where they are. And again, I think that I think is, I don't know the full context. I think it could be honorable that he wants his child's mother to be in a safe environment, right? But it's something sticky there about what's happening. And when she's like, I feel so much betrayal. And I always say, like, this is when you make too many concessions. You've already made a lot of concessions. And now this man he living with his mama. He work at a grocery store. He never moved you in. You got a 7-month-old with him. He's not even in a commitment or made you his fiance or anything like that. And then he moves the other baby mama in and the kids. I just feel like it's usually imbalanced, and like men are just so much more straight thinkers, and this is like such a man thing to do because men don't think of the consequence of thing. And I just had this conversation with somebody that I'm dating, and I'm just like, well, you're saying that it's this, and I'm like, as a woman, I'm thinking about everything that's orbiting around you. And that's actually like the gift and the presence of a woman. It's like, I'm going to help you think about what could come, what's on the left, what's on the right. This shit that he did is a very man thing to do. It's just like, yeah, she's unsafe. I'm moving the family in. And I think that she probably is feeling just like, what is it about this woman that you would want to move? You didn't even move. You got a 7-month-old, and you didn't even move them in. I don't know. I think it's very icky, but I think that this is how men make decisions.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And I think sometimes the intention is there, right, to try to be good and try to do the right thing. But just because somebody has good intentions doesn't mean that they're capable of actually doing the thing that they intend to do. And also, I think we got to get out of the habit of like selecting a person and trying to get a healthy, happy relationship out of the person. Like, you should be like, I want a happy, healthy relationship. Does a person align with that? Versus I choose you and I'm going to try for as hard and as long as I can to get a happy, healthy relationship out of you.
You, right. Exactly. No, that's a very good point. And I also think that when you're thinking about, first of all, he's 29 years old. He has 3 children, 2 baby mamas, working at a grocery store, and also in the house with his mom. And she's like, she lives with him, but she also gives him money for the mortgage. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
You know what? I told y'all how I feel about men that don't tip well. I also think about men and like their dynamics. Like, you got your mom helping you with the mortgage.
That's like, a roommate, for real. Like, if you were really taking care of your mom wouldn't be paying anything.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like even the people in his life, like his mom, he not even taking care of her. And then you move this woman in and you taking care of her, and you got a 7-month-old. I just always I never think I'm exempt from how you're treating somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm always going to look at how you're treating somebody else. And like the mom is paying rent in her. That's just a very odd dynamic. And I think you're right. If you want the love, the relationship, the consistency, the stability, you seek that, and then whatever person matches that, not seek the person and then hope that all the desires that you want are going to fall into that. That's a very good point. The last thing that I want to add to that is that I hear this so much, but I love him, but I'm in an emotional attachment, but I just feel so attached to him, I can't let him go. And I think that when I talk to women about controlling their emotions, when I also talk to women about like having enough percent for themselves, this is not, this sounds crazy, but like this is not a nuanced thing. You've been in a relationship with someone and you will grow an emotional connection with them. So when women tell me that like I just love him, I don't know how to walk away, to me it's like a wash. It's null and void. Yes, you love him. You've been in a relationship with him. I don't want to hear that you in like what else would you be? Like to me, it's like a null and void point that I feel like holds no weight. Like you want to be in like with somebody, in respect with somebody, in loyalty with somebody. Like love, it's crazy. People make it like a grand thing. Like I love that person. Y'all know how I feel. Where you spend time, emotions will grow. But love is just so fickle. And if you don't have the other things, I'm not surprised that you love him. It literally means nothing to me that you're saying, well, I love him. We're in a relationship. I can't let him go. I would expect you to feel this way, but it's those other emotions that I'm just like, do you feel supported? Do you feel adored? Do you feel like and he's in admiration of you? Do you feel respected? Do you feel like this person is compromising? Like love is fickle, baby. It ain't, when you say, oh, I love him, so what? Like, that's literally how I feel about love. It's like, so what? There are so many other emotions that are deeper in connection that you need to have and you need to be doing an audit on in their relationship before you be talking about you love. You could, I tell you could love a rock, you could love a dog. Okay? You could love anything, right? If you spend enough time around it, you will grow emotion for it. So love, I hear this every single day, but I love him, but I love him. Love is fickle. It really can grow on anybody, but you want to have so many other, there's so many other adjectives and other words that I would like to see present when somebody is saying that they can't move away from somebody. Because like love is just baseline. It's not enough to keep you in relation with somebody. Like I would rather like my husband than love my husband. I know that sounds crazy. Put me on the cross about it. I think that like and love is two different things, and I would rather, if I like had a baseline choose one, like I think that I would rather like my husband than love my husband. And yeah, I could love a coworker, I could love a anyway.
It's just hard to get out of it when you're in it. It's like if you're in a pool and you're yelling from the pool, I just want to get dry, I can't get dry. Well, first you got to get out the pool. Like you can't right. Get dry while you still in the pool, and everybody's like, oh, I'm in love, I don't know how to get out of it. You can't get out of it while you're still in it. It's like we all have lost people in our lives. I know you lost your mom, I lost my dad, lost my grandmother. You have to start going through the stages of grief in order to get on the other side of it, right? You have to go through that, but you have to start to disconnect and say, this isn't my person. Right? I'm not going to be with this person. I thought I loved this person. I thought I saw a future. Until you get to that point, you're going to still be feeling the way you feel because you're trying to get out of it while you're staying in it at the same time.
And I think to their point is that like those experiences sculpt and build you, because like the amount of agility that I have, and I think that actually, this is crazy. There was a study that they did with you've been seeing that like, they ask the kids to wait to eat the candy.
Yeah.
So that's actually, I'm a psychologist, y'all. So that's actually a very old study where they put things in front of children and they would say, you can have $1 now, or you can have $10 if you waited until Tuesday to get the money, right? And they found that the children that waited, higher IQs, more success. They followed these kids for years and years through life, right? So this is just people that have discipline, people that can wait, people that can put their immediate temporary desires aside for the greater good are overall have a better off life, right? And I see this so much in love. This is why I urge women, if you do not know how to control your emotions, you will fall to the most random and dangerous temptation of your life. You love him. Okay. Yeah. Cry me a river. Girl, you have to get up and get out of there. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations where you just don't know what's happening, where it's you crying all the time. Like I have been that person where, and I think I am a little biased. I have never been, I'm not somebody that goes after temporary gratification. Like I can go through the thick of it because I know it's going to be like so much better on the other side. And that's a spiritual thing. I think that's like an interpersonal thing. And I just urge all women that are saying that I just love him, I just don't know how to walk away. To your point, if you in the pool, you're not going to get dry, but you got to dig deep for that discipline and have enough agility to be able to do things for the greater good. You already know that nothing about this is going to end, it's going to end well, and you have to be willing to, dig deep. Like when you say I love him, I don't know, that's just you saying like, I would rather be in love and in pain than to walk away and be in pain and then have a happier ending. That's literally what you're saying. Like I would rather have him and be in pain than have to go through walking away. And that a lot of people are just not built for it. They haven't experienced enough grit in their life to really make hard, tough decisions. And the matters of the heart are just are very difficult. So
one thing too, she didn't say it on here, but I want to get your thought on it because I feel like this happens in a lot of these situations. Is that sometimes people want to stay together for the kid and for the family, right? And I hear people say that all the time, like, I want to make sure we have our family, mom and dad in the home. But I'm like, have you ever asked a kid who lived through that? Like, did they prefer that experience of their parents staying together through all that? Because I know that I grew up with my mom and dad divorced ever since I could remember. They had great co-parenting relationship, and I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I feel like I turned out fine because they decided to separate, right?
Yeah.
And co-parent together. But I feel like so many people stay together because they think it's best for the kid. But it's like, y'all will never ask the kids who grew up in that environment, ask them like, would you ever prefer your parents stay together? Or would they like,
I'm gonna tell you what the kids are thinking because I have a community of over 1,000 women, and I would say probably 50% of those women are mothers. So many of those women are divorced. So many of those women are no longer with the father of their child. The kids want you to get away from that man. The kids want you to get divorced. The kids want you to break up. And I know that to be true because the moms are talking about it in the chat. Like they got 9-year-olds, 13-year-olds that are like, "Mommy, you look so much happier. Mommy, we knew daddy wasn't the right." Please do not stay for them kids. I'm telling you, the kids want you to get divorced. Kids are so in tune with their emotions. They can pick up on all of it. They know when you're sad. They know when you're doing better. They know when you're happier. Even when you think that you crying on your own, and you in that room and you crying by yourself and you walk out and you making dinner for them kids, they know you was in there crying. They know that you were in there. They know that you're hurting. They see that man treating you poorly. They see the microaggression. They see your body language. They see how that you're responding. I'm telling you, do not stay for them kids. You will be better off rebuilding. I have supported women that went and slept on the air mattress in their mama house to get out of that situation just to rebuild. I'm telling you, the kids actually want you to separate. They want you to separate. I'm telling you, I've seen it so many times. Do not stay for the kids. I really think that that's really a trap that a lot of women fall into. And I think that the men as well, I know it sounds crazy because men don't walk away as much, but they are miserable in it. And they know that the man that they are in that house is not a good breeding ground either. And so I'm telling y'all, ladies, please just walk away. It's really not worth it. And I think that you can, I was just having this conversation about public and private school. I'm like, look, I turned out just okay. Okay, these divorced kids, they fine. The kids that grew up in these divorced households, they're fine. Okay. And I've seen parents, I have friends to this day that parents sleep in a different room. To this day.
But still married.
Still married. Honestly, I don't think either one of them got a dime. So it's like if you can't even get divorced. But like to this day, I've seen friends who have parents that you just like, why don't y'all just wrap it up? Why don't y'all, and I think it really does affect how how those children turn out to date and who they partner with long term. So don't do it for them kids. And he definitely ain't doing it for the kids. He moved them other kids in there, child. Anyways, okay. Third voicemail, Dear Tisia, entitled, "My boyfriend's mama is way too hands-on."
Dear Tisia, hey girl, hey. I love you so much. But okay, here we go. I'm 37 years old. My boyfriend is 37 years old as well. We've been together over a year and a half, and we've talked about marriage and things like that, and we're both on the same page. I've met his family. However, it was very difficult to meet his mom initially. She kept coming up with excuses and things like that. I asked why, and he said, my boyfriend said, the last time my woman met my mother, she made her cry. And I was like, okay, I ain't no punk or nothing like that, so it's fine. Met the lady, everything went fine, and I started going with him to visits for his parents' house. So boom, I get there and find out that this lady shaves his back, she clips his nails, he's bald headed, so she like rubs on his head and like caresses his head and things like that. And they greet each other with a hug and a kiss in the mouth. And I think that's very weird. And I've talked to like my friends and they're like, oh, that's weird. And so I asked him like why. I'm her baby boy, and when my father was deployed, it was just me and her. I'm like, I'm just not comfortable with the things that she's doing with him. If you need the hair removed off of your back, go get a laser remover. So I just need some help. Not sure how to move forward. Like, this is just the only barrier.
Two things to start. She said, this is the only barrier. It's not, baby girl. That barrier is going to turn into 10 barriers, okay? So even though you feel like it's all under one umbrella, this man has an issue with boundaries. He's going to have an issue with respect. When it comes down to the wedding, he's going to be like, oh, well, my mama and her 20 friends want to come, and it's going to be an issue with that. And it's going to be, so this is not your only thing. This only thing is going to turn into 10 things, and it's going to slowly start peeping out in your relationship, in your marriage, and all type of things. I think that also a lot of mothers have made their sons their boyfriends and husbands, okay? You said you met his mom. I'm not sure where the dad is. Doesn't sound like they're together. A lot of women, a lot of our mothers have made their sons their partner, okay, because of failed relationships and failed marriages, and the unfortunately the kids feel responsible for it too. A lot of these sons and boys that were raised in a household where they saw their mother being working a lot and overworked and underloved, okay? A lot of young men that have seen their mothers overworked and underloved feel like they have to step in and fill a gap, and they also don't know how to create these boundaries when they have, like, when their mom is trying to love on them and things like that. And so the nail clipping, the back rubbing, it's also something very like, I hope this lands well, like incestual about that as well. And I think it's a little bit over the boundary of like a mother's love. That's something else. Okay. And I would be concerned that is not picking up on that. And sometimes people will bring you into your crazy. Sometimes people will show you they crazy and then see if you with it or not. So he like, yeah, I know this shit a little wacko, but you with it. And I think he's showing you his crazy, and he's trying to see if you are with it, if it can sustain in a relationship with you. Because a lot of men really don't want to change or alter their life. They'll just find somebody to bring into their crazy and see if you accept it or not. And I think he's showing you the crazy, and you have to see if that's something that you could work on. Would you let your mom shave your back and clip your nails?
No, not at all. It's I think you hit the nail on the head with one part, is that like, if you are seeing crazy for the first time, it is probably the tip of the spear. It is not
absolutely
the full gambit of what the crazy is. It's only the beginning. Like you said, it's like introductory to see if like, are they okay with this? Is this gonna rock out? Because then it's gonna get worse than that. But I feel like this is such an easy trap to fall into when you have like single moms with their boys. That not only does the mom turn their son into their husband, but sometimes the son kind of turns his mom into his wife, right?
Yeah.
And that is a relationship. And I'm so thankful for my stepdad, because like when my dad passed away, my mom was, a single mom essentially. But when my stepdad came into my life, I remember one day I went into the room and I asked my mom to iron my shirt. My stepdad looked at me, he said, "That's not your wife. That's my wife. You iron your shirt." That's my wife. But you could imagine if not having that presence in my life, that will probably be the thing. And I'm even grateful to this day to say, like, I don't have to go run to my mom's house to change a light bulb or to mow the lawn or to do anything, because my stepdad is there. He's her husband.
Yeah.
But I could see how easy it is to fall in that trap
Yeah.
of like, your mom doesn't have anybody. Who's going to repair something? Who's going to reach that thing up high? Who's going to do that? And if that was your whole entire life together, then that relationship can get real weird and real close.
Real
and sometimes it's for survival to a certain extent. But I feel like in cases like this, it crosses a line a little bit. Cause I know people that like kiss their mom in the mouth and stuff like that. And it always was a little different to me.
Yeah, and I think that again, this is gonna become so many issues. Like you said, it's a tip of the iceberg. So if you're dealing with a man who has this very strong codependent relationship with his mother, and this woman is clipping his nails and shaving his back and kissing her in the mouth, this is a small fish in that pond. I'm gonna tell you, your wedding will be a mess. That wedding come, she gonna be like, she gonna want to dress like you. She gonna, oh, I've seen this movie before. She do not pass go, do not collect $200. You gonna have hell and high water with the wedding. I think she gonna be trying to outdress you. Like those are those kind of moms. Like she gonna want all of her friends and family to be there. She gonna want to be on the committee. What's her name? Mama D off Love It Hip Hop. You see, she fought for custody of them grandkids. That's the type of mother-in-law you gonna get, baby. She gonna be trying to fight for custody of the grandkids and make sure that she in the life. Figure out now if that's something that you want to deal with. And also too, I think this is a great thing. See how he is going to pivot and what is making you uncomfortable. And if you don't pay attention to anything else, pay attention to what he is willing to compromise, how agile he is, and how he is willing to make adjustments for what is uncomfortable for you. Because if it's not something like this, right, it could be like, hey, babe, why is your coworker calling you at 9 p.m.? He ain't gonna be agile with that. You want to see like what is he willing to change and compromise and pivot and evolve in a space that's making you feel uncomfortable. And that'll let you know if you want to move forward with somebody like this, because this is not your only issue. I'm telling you, this is not your only issue. This is way larger than what you think. And you want to make sure that you are with a man who's able to what Andre 3000 say? I hate to see you frown, but I'd rather see her smile. You want a man that's willing to make all these bitches mad, including his mama, okay? He is willing to say, my wife not cool with that. Nah, we not doing that. She not really with that. You want a man who's really gonna step on your behalf. And I'm telling you, you need to pay very close attention to how he even energetically responds to you when you like, hey, I don't really feel comfortable with that. I think we need to set some boundaries and some make some adjustments. And also it's like, if she's doing all of that, where is my space? Ain't a woman on this earth touching my man back. She not touching his bald head. She not touching. I'm gonna tell you that not his mama, not an auntie, not anybody. Okay, not clipping his nails. That's just so intimate. It's so intimate, and you need to express to him that you are thinking of a future with him, and you wonder what that will look like if he has such a strong, inappropriate relationship with his mom, girl. So.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. It's you should be first. Like when it comes to y'all get married and stuff like that, and if there's ever competition there, it's not going to bode well for the future. And also, everybody has a board of directors, and you need to evaluate the board of directors as just as like you're evaluating the person. Like who's influencing them, who are they going to for advice, who are the people that they're reaching out to when they're going through something. Yes. Because if his mom, which I'm sure is probably the chairman of his board, like she might have more influence on him than you actually have, which shouldn't be the case if you're going to be his wife.
And I have always said this from hailing from the education space. If you follow a crazy kid home, a crazy mama open the door. Okay. And I'm telling you that she has built his like foundational DNA of how he's going to be in a relationship. Right. And the fact that he's as an adult has continued in that lets you know that his mentality is just a little bit warped, because it's like, you a grown man now and you haven't chin checked it. So now you bringing a woman into your life, and now he haven't chin checked it, and now you have to step in and chin check it. A lot of times we are just a product of our environments. A lot of times we are just like succumb to what our family and parents and environment has done for us. But then you get to be an adult and you're like, that's not quite right. I probably should. He hasn't chin checked it, and now you a part of it. And so I would be a little worried. I'm interested to know like how he is willing. What is he willing to adjust? But it does sound deep rooted, and I think that you're gonna have problems, a lot of problems in the future.
He's gonna be comparing you to his mama, the whole relationship.
You know what it's that's the only thing, and I'm like, I hate that hear people say that. I'm telling you that if you really did an audit of your relationship, you would find that that's not like the only thing. And I know she's basically saying like, we ain't got no major issues. This is just really the only thing. And I'm like, you got to pull that magnifying glass out. You've seen this before you met his mama. I'm telling you, before you saw that mama clipping them nails and shaving that head and his back, you've seen this before and you're not paying attention. Nobody just jumps out and it's like this glaring thing. You're like, oh my God, where did this come from? If you take and do an audit of your relationship, I guarantee you that you saw traces of this with that man.
You know what the issue is that there's this illusion or this like mask that people can't see certain things when it comes to family. Because I always tell people it's like you have, let's say, physical cheating, but you have emotional cheating, who you on the phone with, talking, expressing things. But if somebody does that with their sister or with their mom or with their cousin, then you don't see that as an issue because it's not with somebody like outside the relationship.
Absolutely.
But somebody can cheat on you emotionally with their mom, with their cousin, with their sister.
Absolutely.
So it's like, just because they're family doesn't just give the okay to just be like, oh, well, that's his mom. And, you know, that's his sister. It's like, no, if somebody has that emotional connection that they can't now give that to you, they are therefore cheating the relationship regardless of who it is. And it's going to affect you and your ability to connect with that person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's spot on, that people don't put family in that category. But it's also just, you know, I think like betrayal in those relationships, like when you lying for a cousin, or the cousin is coming over, or, you know, you're not telling them where you are and stuff like that. And you think like, oh, it's just my cousin, that's a homeboy or something like that. And I think those things pop up a lot in relationships. And so, yeah, I think that you're going to have some issues ahead in this. And even, I don't know if you heard her, Dre, but she said it was hard to meet with the woman. So she off rip difficult, and she hasn't even really met you. And I think that
the fact that he's told her that, like, why say that? Just let the interaction happen. Like, she made the last one cry. It's like, you already setting the stage that, like, you know, my mom is here, and like, I mean, I know everybody is like, you got to get, you know, they want their mom to like their spouse, but I don't know, it's something weird about the whole even voicing that and saying like she made somebody cry.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you telling me? You're like trying to prep my mind for something. Like, I don't understand.
Also, to me, I would be leery of entering a covenant with that person. And it's just, I mean, just things that I'm thinking about, because like you said, she made the last person cry, whatever. My thing is that when I enter something like this, your people and your family, you automatically should be protecting me and putting a shield around me. Like, you're not gonna let anybody. So like, even like you said, him saying that, it's just like, and she like, I ain't no punk. I'm not gonna gear up for war to come see your family, right? Or come meet your family. Like, you want to enter a covenant with somebody where this man is just like, hey, this my wife. You know, this is
exactly.
this is my wife. This is my wife. This is my girl. I'm not doing this with y'all. But you literally are like, I ain't no punk. I can take it. That man should be shielding you for anything coming your way. And we don't think about these as microaggressions. Y'all wait till y'all get into a marriage to see if a man gonna protect you or not. Like, even right now, he like, she made the last person cry. Like,
you should be going to your mom and saying, listen,
hey,
the last person you made cry in like the way that I really like this girl now, I'm going to bring her over here. Be on your best behavior. you shouldn't be going to her wanting your girl to be
to strap up for war.
It's like you should go to your mom.
You better strap up because my mama little, and I'm just like, no, like and protection isn't always like a defensive, like it's just subtle things like, hey, like just softening the palate, softening the blow. These men need to be rolling out the carpet and really creating a safe space for you to enter. Like, these your people, this your side of the family.
Protection is, I want to make you feel comfortable.
Yes.
Even if it's at the discomfort of myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, I think you think it's a goldfish. I think it's a shark. Okay. And this is very, very alarming. Okay. You're going to have a lot of issues going forward. And I pray that he is willing to adjust. And also, I do have empathy for him because imagine this is him. This has been in the works since he was a child. Yeah. And we don't realize that parents can be manipulative, and they'll use their kids to help aid their pain and their triumphs and stuff like that. And so it's unfortunate this has happened to him. And he probably a little brainwashed. Like, she probably has guilt tripped him a lot and made him feel like, now you're going to get married. Now you met this girl. And there's probably a whole bunch of weird things happening. But I think that you should be looking for him to protect you on this light level already. Girl, please call back. Please call back, friend. We ain't got her name. Call back and please update me, because I'm so curious to know how he responds. Okay. Anyways, my favorite segment, the Bitch You Smell Good segment. And right now we have Mancera Pink Roses. Okay. I have a dent in this one as well. Rose fragrances can be tricky. So many people think that rose fragrances smell like grandma-ish. I get so many compliments on this fragrance. The top notes are sparkling bergamot, mandarin orange. So you see, it has some citrus stuff happening in here that I think breaks down the like dull, like grandma-ness of the rose. So it has sparkling bergamot, mandarin orange, Bulgarian rose oil, and green notes. Then it has rose absolute from Morocco, violet, pear, leaves of patchouli, and then the base notes are white musk and amber. I personally feel like this is one of my favorite rose scents. It also is from Mancera. And if you are familiar with Mancera, I have like probably 5 to 7 fragrances from Mancera. This is beast mode. Like beast mode fragrance. They last forever. People will smell you. It will be a sillage of just goodness flowing. So I'm gonna spray it. Is that the one? What you think?
Yeah.
Smell grandma-y to you?
No, I'm learning, with producing the show and stuff like that, more about fragrances. Is this like a unisex? Because I feel like I can smell like.
So I think that the musk that's in here can make it deep. I'm glad you asked that. I love men. Please start. Now I know ain't that many men on here, child, but please start wearing. Like the roses, you can do. Even like fruity stuff, you can do. Like, it is so pleasant to smell a fragrance that's leaning a little more feminine on a man. Y'all ain't got to do all the santal and the oud and the musk all the time. A light, kind of flirty, lighter fragrance for a man. I'm telling you, come back and pay me interest. Send me a check in the mail of all the compliments that you're going to get. Lighten up them fragrances, y'all. It don't have to be a big doggy dog fragrance for you to wear it. This one, I would say that this still leans a little more feminine, but I think that there are notes in here that if you can hang, let it hang, and then you can layer it with something more masculine on top. But this is one of my favorite rose fragrances. Okay, y'all. This is, again, Mancera Pink Roses. It is too good. Too good. Okay, y'all. Our red flag report. Oh, goodness. Oh, my gosh, Dre. I can't believe you pulled this one. Okay, I'm going to simmer down. Okay. Our red flag report is, I hate black women when a podcast goes too far. What happens? A UK influencer, Ginga Jay, I saw this, oh my gosh, y'all, is facing intense backlash after a viral outburst on the BK Chat London podcast based on reporting by Media Takeout. During a panel discussion on interracial dating, Ginga Jay, who is married to an Indian woman, thanks for the bundle, sis, explained that he doesn't date black women because they don't know how to be put in their place. He then shouted multiple times, "I hate black women." He began attacking the appearance of the black women on the panel, mocking their hair and lashes, and had to be physically removed from the set, even outside the room. He continued yelling and cursing. After the clip went viral, Ginga Jay posted a video apologizing for his temper but stood on everything he said, claiming everything I said was true. According to Media Takeout, he also has a violent criminal past, including serving 10 years in prison for a gun and grenade attack on a witness in a legal case. The red flag question is, when someone publicly targets a group with hate, shows no remorse, and uses dominance as dating standard, is this just controversy for clicks or a massive red flag about their character? I want to look. First of all, I saw this clip so many times. And what I really want to say about this clip is that every black man in that room, you disappointed black women to the core. This is really, I think that sometimes when someone is just so out there like that, our radar doesn't even read them. That man was a fucking lunatic. And like we always say, we don't want you anyway, okay? Go over there with the Indian woman. If you acting like that, baby, please go over there. And you ain't the one that we fighting for, okay? So great. We're going to get to your comments about black women later. But it was all them black men in there, Dre. All them black men in there with they fucking heads hung low, laughing, giggling, and not one of them said a thing. Not one of them said a thing. I don't know if y'all ever saw the interview with K. Michelle and Cam Newton. I think it's his name, Cam Newton. And is that his name? Yeah. And she was really talking about how we need black men more than we ever have. We need black men to stop creating black families. We need black men to stand up and be held accountable. That was really the most disappointing thing about, because he's a lost case. Like, he's just a nutcase, right? And I'm not going to just dismiss what he did or what he said, but it was everybody else that thought it was a laughing stock that sat there and let that man not only just continue to berate black women over and over and over again. Black women have been waiting for the day that black men stood up and said something. When y'all asses were getting killed in the streets like fucking dogs with Black Lives Matter, black women were the first people picketing for y'all. When all of this reform, drug reform, all these black women champion for y'all so much, and it was so disgusting to see black men standing around watching this man. We need black men to hold other black men accountable. Black women have been waiting on black men to show up for fucking centuries, and y'all do nothing but y'all have disappointed us, okay? That was the biggest thing about that whole segment, is watching them fake grab him. Bro, calm down. Why you fucking giggling? Black women have been the laughing stock and the fucking joke of this shit for so long, and it's really, really, really tiring, okay? When you talk about, the Indian women, and I'll bring her in with her real hair. Y'all hate us so much. I don't know where this has come from, okay? And we, as black women, and it's going to be a tangent, I don't give a fuck because it's my show. Black women are the leaders, the curators. We're the most beautiful women in this goddamn world, okay? And I do not understand what would ignite such hatred for this man to say all of those things. That was deep rooted. And again, all of his colleagues, all of you men that think it's funny, when you are dealing with men that are like, oh, I only date light-skinned girls, I only date curly hair girls, I only date women that look like, y'all are a part of the problem. Everybody is a part of the problem. I have been in situations where I'm at a table with my friends, and we have our friends, and one of them is dark skinned, and those men come over and they talk to us and I'll talk to them. We get the fuck up. Okay. We get up. We do not tolerate any of that. We don't let people come into our life and treat our darker skinned friends better than they treat. Everybody is a part of this ecosystem. Everybody is responsible. And if you sit there and you don't say nothing, okay, you are a part of the problem, and everybody in that room was a problem. And I feel so sorry for all of those women that had to sit there and experience that, because they're experiencing it on a day-to-day basis. And that man said what a lot of men are thinking out loud. He said what a lot of men are thinking. And then regardless, if you don't like the lashes, if you don't like the wig, if you don't like the lace front, everybody has their preferences, right? But you have to be careful about the message that you deliver and who's watching you, and you have to hold people accountable. And that was just really crazy and sad, and those men are embarrassing, and it's really, really sad. It's really, really sad. Do you have any thoughts about this? These your people.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. There's a difference. Everybody has preferences. We know that. Also, you experience enough life, you understand that culturally, cultures are different, right? But number one, I'll say it's just ignorant to just say what he said, just period, point blank. Because one, it's a danger of doing the work of people who are trying to push black people down as to painting black people first in just this one picture, right? Like, to think that, let's say you have a preference, you prefer this over that, you can still find that in a black woman. There are black women who wear natural hair, natural nails. There are black women who come from a certain, way of living that might live, closer to how you live, or, live a different way here. It's like, to just kind of paint this picture of black women as this one thing, one monolithic
baby hair, lash wearing.
Like, you're doing a disservice, and all you're doing is giving those people who want to create that stereotype the fuel to say, see, he's black and he said it, right?
Oh yeah,
He said it too, so it has to be true. And it's like, that's not true at all. Like, it's so ignorant to me, and I really dislike it, because your mother is black, your sisters, your aunts, your cousins, as a black man, to be out there just pushing down black women. And like I said, painting this picture that they're all this one thing, or that they all behave in this manner, or like, and then not even saying that the overall thing is like black women are beautiful. The thing that you're painting the picture of is just a negative picture. Right? I'm okay with you painting the pictures like black women are beautiful. I'll paint that as the whole overview, right? But to just say that they like don't know how to be put in their place, and all they do is wear fake this and fake that, it's like, that's so ignorant, because that can easily be flipped back on us. But we would have an issue if somebody characterized us as black men being a certain way as a whole, right? Like, y'all never got no jobs, y'all leave y'all children when you have it. Like, we wouldn't want that, right? So why are you doing that to black women?
But I also think that he meant those words so deeply that it's truly how he felt, which is why he doubled down on it. I think that there are so many men that actually feel that way, and I think that even on the other side of that, if I was married to a man that got up there and said any, I'm just so interested in I would love to be a fly on the wall in that house. Can you imagine being married to a black man who said he hates black women, and then it's also putting you on some like, my natural hair, Indian woman. Like, you don't think that that's odd, sis? Like, I was still, and I mean, the man got a criminal. Like I say, he's already. I don't even pay so much attention to him, because he's already a nutcase. Like, he has a criminal past. He clearly has an anger issue. He has a temper, and he's really just lost in life.
What did we say earlier in this episode about the crazy? When you see it, it's typically just a tip. Like, I believe that if somebody is willing to say that out loud, they're definitely discussing it in their home.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? They're probably making fun of it. They're probably like, they're actively talking about that. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And he's probably expressed to her why he's on the other side of the fence, anyway. But we hear these tropes so much, especially when it comes to these athletes and successful people who now they are tapped out of like the everyday black girl. And it's almost to a point where like now people are being praised for dating black women, like the LeBron James, the Denzel Washingtons, like we're like the Ice Cubes, the Snoop Dogs. We're like, at least they wife is black. It's almost like an oddity to have men that are in this space actually choose black, to the point that we're praising them or marrying the Will Smiths. Okay, marrying black women. It's really, really crazy. But that conversation goes on more than we think. And I think it's in relation to, for somebody who has studied the black diaspora, and I've studied images, literally my master's degree is in media theory. I've studied the images of black people, the way that black women are exploited in this country. Okay, we've been walked on leashes. We are in museums for having big butts. We are, the way that we are exploited in this country. And to hear black men vocally on such a big platform say things like that, it's like y'all want the rhythm, but y'all don't want the blues. Because the truth about it is that y'all go and y'all get these women that got everything but the hair texture, but they got the lips, they got the butt, they got the, and they got all these other things that are so non-black that that's what you want to be a part of. Anyways, child, this is that I was so disturbed. And the black men, y'all disappointed us so much. That's all I could say, is that every other man in that room that did not stand up, we have been begging black men to stand up for so long, even when it come down to this damn election. Okay, for all of the black men that decided that that Kamala, they wasn't comfortable with that, but they weren't comfortable with the other side of it. Just know that when your ass did not vote, that you took that vote went where you didn't want it to go, where you claimed you didn't want it to go. Black men have just really, that was just so disappointing. And we're seeing it so much. We are waiting, we are begging, we are pleading, we are tired. And now the girls are over there with cream in their coffee. They're tired. They're going where the love is. They're going where they're appreciated. They're going where the men are in love with their hair texture. They're encouraging them to wear their natural hair and their curls and all this kind of stuff. And we have yet to talk about how the reason why a lot of these women are doing all of these things, okay, y'all just decided that the BBL was out. Okay, now the girls out here taking it out. Everything, unfortunately, that we do are in proximity to a man and a man's attraction. And that's just really the truth. People like, oh, y'all doing that for other women. Y'all not doing that for us. No, you trying to tell me that back in fucking 1990s and 90s and the 2000s that women was getting butt shots and damn coolant put in their ass for women? No, it was for you. It was for the big Lukes that was like, I like big butts and I cannot lie. And all of these rap lyrics and all of these extreme projections on black women. And that's why they did it, okay? It's not because if y'all was out here saying y'all like A cups and slim thick, the girls would have never touched their bodies. And y'all could argue with your mama about that. I'm getting off that soapbox, okay? But y'all could argue with your mama about that. Y'all are the reason why y'all men set a lot of standards for women's beauty. And so if you didn't like the lashes and the hair, just know that you're a part of it and you're responsible for it, okay? Because who you're liking on Instagram and who you're drooling over and who's hanging up in your house and who, make sure they're in alignment with what you say that you like. Anyways, child, are we done with that? That just pissed me off.
Hurt people.
That man was gone. He was on one. Like, they literally had to restrain that man. That's just really, really, really crazy. But, black men, that is truly a call. We have been waiting for y'all to show up. We have been waiting for y'all to champion. I wish we could have a group huddle and the truth to say, whatever we did to y'all, we sorry. Because I think that black men feel like, this is my personal belief, black men feel like black women have embarrassed them. We did not allow y'all to get the American dream that y'all deserve, because we balled out in the absence of y'all. Okay, we became Miss Independent, we became Miss Degree, we became the single mothers and all this stuff. And now y'all don't get the same respect from y'all counterparts because the women are out earning y'all. And it's just a whole trope. I wish we could have a team huddle and say we're sorries and call it a truth, because we are waiting for y'all to stand up and support us the way that we do for y'all on a daily freaking basis. Anyways, That's a wrap on that. See you on the next episode.